All right, hi Benji. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Yeah, of course.
I want to start with what is it like being a student athlete at Virginia Tech?
Yeah, obviously it's a big blessing. Always dreamed of being a college football player since I was a kid and playing sports, especially at a prestigious place like this. When I was growing up, my first memory actually of watching football was a 2010 game, Virginia Tech and UNC, Tyrod Taylor. I'm pretty sure they whooped them. Virginia Tech beat UNC, I mean. But so maybe that was destiny, whatever. But it's definitely a blessing, and it's a privilege that I'll be thankful for all my life.
Yeah, so you've been here for many years now. So, how would you describe yourself as a player?
Someone that you know what you're gonna get out of. Consistent and always willing to just do whatever benefits the team, whether the schematics for that week are heavy in the run game blocking, heavy pass blocking, or you need me in a route. Just willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win, and consistent. You know what you're going to get out of me every single day.
Yeah, so your first year you had an injury that kind of set you back. What other challenges would you say that you faced in your time here at Virginia Tech?
Yeah, so I had an injury my freshman year, then my redshirt freshman year. Not a lot of people know, but I actually had another injury in the same knee that I had surgery on after the 23 season. So I've really had two since I've been here. But other challenges, I would say probably just adjusting to the kind of workload, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally you're under at all times. The pressure that comes with being a college football player, especially somewhere like Virginia Tech. You have a pressure and desire, obviously a drive to succeed no matter what in every single thing you do. And you don't really give yourself a lot of margin for error because there really isn't any. So I would just say the emotional and mental aspect of being able to balance out everything on top of being a student here.
Yeah, so now that we're in the off season and there's a lot of big changes that came to Blacksburg over the off season, how has spring training and spring practice been going for the whole team and for you in general?
Yeah, it's been great. A lot of new faces. There's kind of a new energy and a new excitement about what's going on and what we're doing ever since the first day in the weight room to I think tomorrow's practice 10 for spring ball. The guys we've kind of glued together, and we're starting to become a team, not just a roster of athletes, which is obviously really good. That's what you want out of a high caliber team. So it's been great. A lot of great energy, great people, great coaches, great new players, great returning players. It's been really exciting.
Yeah, so a whole new coaching staff has kind of come in, aside from a few pieces. What it's been like fitting into that system that they've created?
It's been great. I actually knew Coach Al when I was in high school, so that's my tight ends coach and the offensive coordinator. I had a few conversations with Coach Franklin in high school too, so I kind of know. I knew them already a little bit, so the kind of personal aspect wasn't too hard for me. And honestly, really, neither is the football. It's a great system. It's a great, like I said, it's a great system. We have a lot of bright coaches. They know what they're talking about. We've installed a lot, but it's really easy to learn with them because of how they're able to articulate every single detail of the play. So it's been great having a bunch of new faces, bright coaches, and always willing to help you no matter what.
Yeah, kind of going off that, your offensive coordinator and tight ends coach has produced a lot of great tight ends for Penn State. Tyler Warren comes to mind just to start. How do you see that helping you in your game and your career?
Yeah, I mean, he's arguably he is the best tight ends coach in America. And, you can't argue with a resume like his. So just using him as a resource, not just on the field in that 2.5 hours we get, but off in the meeting room, asking a ton of questions, asking what those guys were like what were some of their habits, trying to pick his brain on what he's seen elite tight ends do, and just trying to implement that into my habits, playing style maybe. Everybody has their own playing style, but just seeing what I can do with the knowledge he's gained. He was also a really good player at his college. So being able to just pick his brain about who he's coached and kind of trying to implement every single thing about a great player into what I do every single day.
Yeah, so even with this new coaching staff, there's a lot of new players coming in from all across the country, transferring in, freshmen, anything like that. What stands out to you about these guys coming into our program?
What stood out to me was about a week or two in, you kind of feel like these guys had already been here about a year. They were great humans, obviously physically and athletically gifted, but they merged with us so well. And it really speaks to obviously their character, but like the abilities of the coaches to bring in guys that would create a great culture for us. And like, especially in my room, Luke Reynolds and Matt Henderson, like they've just been awesome, great talented players and just awesome guys. Like I said, it feels like they've been here the whole time I've been here, just with how well they've merged. And it's the same way with the other like offensive linemen, quarterbacks, even defensive guys, they're hanging out with the offensive guys. It's just, it's coming into a great culture.
So like the spring game's coming up on the 18th. What is the team trying to show all the fans like through the off season in that spring game?
There's new life here, really. That's a good way to put it. There's truly new life here, and people can be excited. It's not like you don't have to worry about being excited about this year. We're going to come out here, obviously put on a great show, put on a great practice, because at the end of the day for us, it really is still a practice. Like you're trying to get better every single day.
So like what should fans expect from you from now to the start of the season, just in general?
As a team, I mean, just constant improvement and constant development, maturity growth, and like competition. Like you're not going to see a more competitive football team when you cut the tape on than us. We're competing in everything we do, in the classroom, on the field, in meetings. Like every single person on our roster wants to be the best at their position, not just on the team, in the conference, in the country. Like the level of drive here will be unmatched. So I think that's going to be like a tangible thing that people will be able to see when they either listen to interviews or watch the tape, like watch the spring game, watch practices, like, and especially come game time in the fall. That's what they're going to be able to see. It'll be a tangible feeling.
Yeah, I just want you to talk a little bit about Coach Franklin and like how he's just come in and changed the program for the better.
So I mean, he came in first, like it was kind of a weird timing. He got here during our season, so obviously he was really good about being respectful to what we had going on then. But after the Virginia game, he just kind of dove headfirst into it, getting feedback from the leadership council, captains, everybody on the team on just like what could improve, what did you like what's helped, and just kind of doing his best to kind of double down on those things, whether it was something that wasn't maybe going so well, maybe it was something that really worked and he's doubling down on it and trying to make it even better. But he just came in here and literally, I don't know, like he might sleep in his office. Like he just always thinking about his players and trying to do what's best for them. And obviously great coach, very intense on the field. But when you get off the field, he's somebody you can go to about anything, somebody you can talk football with. Yeah, just overall great football coach, great dude.
So like at the end of the season, where does the team want to be and where do you want to be personally after this season?
Personally, I mean, I just want to be healthy and look back on my college career and my last season and chop it up as a success. As a team, obviously, we want to play into January. But personally, I can't really think about that because, you're thinking about tomorrow's practice. You just want to improve every single day and go 1-0 every single day. But, for me personally, at the end of the season, I just want to have a successful career and be healthy.
And is there anything you want to say to the fans that are going to pack Lane Stadium next Saturday and for the rest of the season?
Well, you kind of hit on it. Pack Lane Stadium. It's hopefully, Lord willing, it'll be a great weather like we've had the last few weeks. And, there's no better place to be in fall or in the spring than Lane Stadium on a Saturday. So come out, support, show your love, show your passion, and we'll do the same by giving you the product you want to see on the field.